doing my work here at the Y is to organize the Art of the Y programming. If you've been here before, you will probably realize we change the artwork in this space roughly every 8 weeks. Always looking for really excellent work that connects to the mission of the Y, which is social justice, environmental activism, faith in action with an interfaith focus, and cultural understanding. So this exhibition fits very nicely, I would say, actually, in several of those categories. And we're very grateful to Oscar Luis Martínez for being here and for agreeing to show his work in this gallery, which is from Chicago, and we're really honored that he's working here. So again, as I said, my name is Ann Rasmus. Just a couple of really quick pictures. We are fortunate here at the Y to have Escobar as one of our board members. And it was with his help that we were able to make contact with Oscar and to make this exhibition happen. Thank you for your help and friendship in this. And then I would just say that, as I said, we rotate art through every roughly 8 weeks. And so I'm always looking for great ideas. We have the next show lined up. It's a beautiful photography show opening the end of April. It documents the work going on in several different urban gardens here in Champaign, Urbana, and kind of the community connections that grow between those gardens. And we've got a couple neat things lined up for the fall, but I do have a couple of great spaces open for next academic year. So I'm always looking for good ideas. If you have an idea, come find me, and I'm happy to talk to you. So, with that, very briefly, we have Gio Perez with us. From La Casa, and we're really grateful for La Casa's sponsorship and partnership in this. And she has a little bit to say about this.
Well, we are very happy, excited to have Oscar Martínez here with us today. I had the privilege to meet him when I had recently arrived here as director of La Casa Cultural Latina. And he was one of the main speakers of the 40th anniversary of La Casa Cultural Latina. And since then, including my family, we have been able to go to Chicago and visit his studio there, which, let me tell you, that once you walk in, it's amazing because of how colorful it is, how welcoming it is, and you feel at home. So first, I hope you feel at home here. I know that the history of and the struggles of our Latino students back in the 1960s and 70s when you were a student here, you didn't feel at home, you didn't feel welcome. And that really resonates when you look at the murals. And today we are looking at different exhibits. However, for those who had the opportunity to see his work at former La Casa Cultural Latina here in 510 Charles Street, you could see the history and the struggles our students faced back then. Some of those struggles are still in place here on our campus. However, we have moved forward. We are a community that is resilient, and one of the things that I admire about Oscar is that, after some of the many struggles he went through during that time when he was a student, even his work was called vandalism at that time. And now we have the commitment of the University of Illinois to preserve those murals to a point that right now we are in the process of 2 pits. One of those will take the work in their hands and restore the murals, and we will probably have them back in a year or so here on campus. So we're very excited about that. But having you here and looking at that work and this work right here is impressive. We are very happy and excited that you are here. It's your legacy that will allow our foreign students to see what the struggles were, and for them to continue moving forward, to continue advancing in education or any area they would like to pursue. So your inspiration is the inspiration of many of our students. So we're very happy to have you here. And as I said, 42 years ago, you didn't feel that environment that you were looking for, but we really hope that today and in the next 3 weeks, people will be able to look at this and thank you for your work and as well recognize the work that you have done. So thank you so much, and I'm happy that you are here, and welcome to the exhibit today. And now, without further ado, please, Oscar Martínez.
The last time I was asked to speak, it was supposed to be for half an hour. I noticed that I'd gone over my time because it was my mouse getting right. It was 3 hours later. I'm sorry for the students. I promise I will not do that tonight. Yes, I do feel welcome here. Over the years, I never imagined that the mural that I did here will have such an incredible impact on the students who went to school here. I never imagined something that I did illegally. I took personal chances in doing that. My education, my future was all on the line to do it. I was very much aware that I was facing university property, and that carries jail time. Of course, students want to be birthday as well. And I did that on my last year here at university. I was taking something in the neighborhood of 26 hours credit at that time, so that was a lot of pressures. I was applying to medical registration, which was very important to me at that time. So I was taking a lot of chances in doing the mural. And of course, I would tell people I was looked outside, made sure there was no policeman coming in. I let the back door open always so I can run out. But little did I know that the university knew who was doing this. I was told by the person in charge of our casa that he got called to the president's office and the chancellor was there. And he was told point blank, you go and stop Oscar Martínez from doing the mural. In his wisdom, he looked at them. Actually, his name is Dan Carino. He's no longer with us. He told me this many years after he retired. He told me that he looked at them, smiled. If you want Oscar Martínez to be stopped, you do it. So history tells us that I was not stopped. I was not thrown out of the university. And the mural took a huge significance in the 90s when students decided that enough was enough. The university was not doing enough with Spanish students on campus. We did that in the 70s. And they used the mural as a rallying point. And it really says a lot about symbolism, the power of symbolism. It's amazing. I became aware of that when I was studying the great university and how people would argue with each other about the context of the mural. And say, ooh, that's really cool. Art. It's almost like art is political. And to me, that was impressive. And I wanted to do something, not quite like they did, but something similar. And I tried to do my best at it. I did use my own art supplies. I was at first with early was making it, but I took my acrylics and washed them down in almost like watercolor, and I painted on the walls. And can you imagine my surprise when, also 20 years later, I received a letter from the Chancellor of Cantor asking me to come back, restore the mural, finish the mural, and guess what? And that's when the mural became legit. That's when the mural became part of the university. That is when the mural is part of the university history. Not just Latino history, University of Illinois history. And the fact that the university was willing to invest at the time, as you're aware, there's a lot of difficulty in terms of the finances of the university, to invest money in restoring and saving the mural is truly amazing. And if you go by Charlotte Street, not too far from the psychology building, where I took classes, very beautiful. The only house standing is the house that has the mural. And one of the ideas behind doing the mural was we became aware that the university was planning to tear down the building, was to save the building. Check that out. It's still standing today. It's amazing. So anyway, I went on and studied medical illustration, and I graduated from there. But I knew in my heart, and actually one of the teachers felt that I was not a medical illustrator because he felt I was an artist, full-fledged artist. And, he wasn't sure if I would do well in medical illustration. And it's great because my last year he came up to me to tell me that I proven wrong, that I was a fantastic medical illustrator. And that's when I informed him that he was wrong, that I was not. That I really want to pursue an artistic career, which I did. And that's all that you see around in this exhibition. So, please be aware that I didn't stop after I graduated from pursuing social justice. I just did it a little bit different. I got involved in politics. I got involved with helping people get elected. Get elected. I became board members of the Latino Institute, which was the primary Latino organization in Chicago for many years. I was on the United Way board, helping organizations get funding. I was appointed by the mayor to commissions and committees, and also to cultural affairs, and I was also appointed to the North Council by the governor to address the arts and to make sure that minority groups have equal opportunities in getting funding. And that's just a few things. I did a lot more things than that. I was very much involved in Humboldt Park and trying to make some very radical things. So my social justice, or my thinking didn't stop there. And as such, I was actually nominated and accepted to the Leadership Group of Chicago, which helped me and trained me about the issues that were happening in the city of Chicago. I'm trying to look at this piece of paper, so I won't talk too long. Forever. But nevertheless, I'm sure some of you have questions about my artwork and what is my intent. My talent is a little bit different from my intent in terms of social dynamics and things that I was involved. You can understand that after doing all of that, you really get over saturated. You want to do something that's more spiritual, and that's what I began to seek, to create my own, what I call my own personal mythology, recreating reality, what reality means for me, and creating something that has to do with the incredible transition that I had to make when I came to the United States from Puerto Rico. And that is a transition that was extremely difficult for me. Coming from a place that was a small paradise with a river on the back, mountains all around, no crime, just beautiful. I spend my days swimming in the water. So the whole thinking of identity, who I am as a person, as an artist, was important to me in a difficult environment. How to capture something about myself and my roots of Puerto Rico being in Chicago. And a lot of my work has to do with that. Also, I became fascinated with science. Being a medical illustrator, of course, you have to be fascinated with science. Actually, my background, believe it or not, is science. So I love physics, of all things. And especially nuclear physics and particle physics and all the new thinking that comes from there, and I use that idea as like an empowerment and so forth to bring together my ideas about what it is to be Puerto Rican and identity in the United States. And that's what you see with a lot of the pieces here. It has to do with how we are connected to everything, how we're connected to each other, how we're connected to nature. That we're not apart from all of that. That I may look a little bit different than you, but when it comes down to it, we're connected. We have pieces of the same genes and who we are as human beings, the same worries, the same aspirations that we all aspire to in terms of our future, or kids, or families, or communities. So that's what I try to do in my artwork. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to digest in terms of the imagery, but it has to do with that connection with nature. And I'm very proud to be here. And, I have to thank Gia. Thank you, Gia. It was a fantastic introduction. Thank you so much for suggesting for me to show here. Of course, Anne, thank you. You were wonderful. Where's Anne? Thank you. And of course, the director of the YMCA. And it's really cool. I'll be right here next to the university. It's part of the whole thing. So if you have any questions, I may not have the answer, but you can still ask me. It's been kind of cool, to be honest with you, as an older, to be back at U5 and to see the buildings and the walls and running my bicycle for here and carrying the books. And it's kind of strange because it has changed a lot, but a lot of things have not changed. We're still seeking a future, we're still seeking a good education. I used to tell students that you do not go to college to get a job. You went to college to get a career. The job happens to be a sidebar of getting an education. You come to the university to be able to think, to be exposed, to explore, to find things about yourself that you didn't know. And the big part of being at this major university is to learn about leadership. Just going to classes and getting good grades. Guess what? I did that. It's not. You have to be involved. You have to develop your leadership abilities to make positive changes in society. That's what it's all about. And if you don't believe that, when you get out there, you will see everybody become a productive citizen. Vote, be involved, have the belief system, and you will do well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Oscar. I do always want to note for people, this exhibition will be up through April 22nd. So there's a good amount of time here to come back, and please bring friends. This is a really highly trafficked space, both during the day and in the evening. We're open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday, and on weekends, kind of 5 p.m. So please bring people back and share your experience with Oscar's work, and come to see us.